What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about meth, but not that kind that they cook on Breaking Bad. Oh no, this is the good stuff from Anderson Ford Motorsport. We're going to be talking about the Mr. Freeze kit. This is going to be great for supercharged or turbo application. Hang around to the end of the video. I'm going to include some footage from Anderson Ford Motorsport where they explain this probably a little better than I did. Let's go ahead and get to the video. So today we're going to be talking about the methanol kit from Anderson Motorsports, which is known as the Mr. Freeze kit. As you can see, I've already mounted this thing up just kind of loosely here. I wanted to show you guys where it's going to be mounted, but we're going to pull this thing down and show you how I mounted it. First, before we get into that, here are your instructions. You guys should be able to kind of read over that. Okay, very simple instructions. This is a super simple kit. Nothing to the install on this thing, which is awesome because there's no wires, there's no anything. It's all actuated from boost. Now, why would you want to put a meth kit on your car? What's the benefits? Well, obviously, the biggest thing is a lower charge temp. So the air that's coming into the engine is going to be a lot cooler. Now, here's the thing. This Mr. Freeze kit can be a substitute for an intercooler. All the tests that I've seen comparing this to an intercooler, they're pretty much spot on. They're really close as far as how much they cool the charge coming into the engine. So this is just a really good option for you guys that maybe don't want to deal with an intercooler. This is a lot easier. Your meth kit can be tuned to where it works whenever it senses the cooler temperature. So you can pretty much make this thing work off IAT. But with that being said, you need to talk to your tuner. All right, so let's talk about how I went about doing this. There is limited room, okay? And this took me a while to figure out exactly what I was gonna have to do here. As you can see, there's enough room here to where it's not gonna hit the pulley. So this is where your charcoal canister would usually go underneath your car here. And what I did was just take a piece of metal, right, from where we've been working on the 65 fastback. Took a piece of metal, cut it out, and essentially spot welded it to the car. So I'll go ahead and pull this off so you guys can see exactly what I did. And these are just some makeshift bolts right now. Okay, so here it is with just the plate on there. And as you can see, I've just got two simple spot welds right here. I can't get a drill in here, so if I had a right angle drill, I probably could, but yeah, this works out pretty good though. So what we're gonna do before we bolt everything down, obviously, is paint this so that it doesn't rust up. But just got two holes drilled in the bottom here, and there again, just drill two tiny holes up there and put spot welds on. All right, good deal. We've got that sprayed so the bracket won't rust now. We're gonna let that dry up, then we'll bolt this thing up. So like I said, this is a really easy install. You have two hoses, okay? One's gonna go into the back of your intake or somewhere so that it senses boost pressure, and the boost pressure is gonna come in, actually I think in this tube right here. It's gonna come down and pressurize the system and push it up. Then the other hose just goes in right before the supercharger in the boot or either in your piping somewhere. It actually comes with a little rubber grommet that you can use if you need to. But since we have, which I can't find it, but since we have the rubber boot, the elbow, all we have to do is just poke a hole in it essentially and then pop this thing in, this nozzle, and we'll be good to go. So as soon as I get this bolted up, we'll drop the car down and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Now I want to show you the location of the plug here to be able to put your fluid in. So right down here, I've actually got the plug in my hand. This is what it looks like, okay? And let's see if I can get you down here. Yep, right here. You guys can see through here. Okay, and there's your plug right there. And you can just reach down and pull it out, see? Right through here. Now if you got big chunky hands and arms, you might not be able to, but okay. So there again, like I said, there's two lines that come up, right? And here are the top of these lines right here. That hose comes in and around right here and goes into a T. This T goes to the bypass valve. So that's boost. That essentially comes off of right here, okay? It just comes around and it's teed off into that. Don't let vacuum confuse you. You don't have to have a dedicated vacuum over here for this stuff. It's fine. And then the other line, let's see. And then your other hose just comes up from the bottom down here, and it's gonna go right into this boot. Oh, here's that grommet I was telling you guys about. We don't need that. This grommet is for metal piping. So like if you wanted to put it right here, something you would need, obviously, a rubber grommet, but we don't need that. Now, this nozzle unscrews almost like a welder tip. Okay, this thing comes off, and you can put whatever you want to in it. It's got 3 different sizes. This is the medium size here. Just screw this on, secure it, and you just poke a hole right here in this boot, because that's a really thick boot, and you just insert this. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So anyway, I'll pick up everything from the auto parts store tomorrow to go ahead and mix some meth up for you guys. I never thought I'd be saying that. So when you get into boost, it's gonna start spraying meth, and then your car is actually gonna go rich. So things have to be leaned out. But that's how this is gonna work, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, and we'll put some in this thing and get it fired up. And just like that, we are back. As you can see, there's some missing out of this. I just poured a little bit in here, which is clean. So if I need to add this back, I can. First bottle in. Uh-oh. I didn't pour enough out. If you guys don't know what this is basically antifreeze for your gas, okay? Most people know this. If you live up north, you probably used this before. Did I get it right? Oh, there's just a touch left in there. Okay, we'll call that good. Ooh, nice. That's doing some stuff. I don't even know if there's enough room to shake this thing up. So what I want to do is just kind of mix these two back and forth. That way we get our whole gallon. We'll just split it up half and half. So I also picked up this little funnel. I think this is going to be perfect for what we're trying to do because it's really long, and yeah, check that out. That's money. Only problem is I don't know exactly how much this is going to hold out of here. So I guess that is what it is, but we gotta be getting pretty close. That's the only thing that I wish this kit had, was some way of knowing. Oh guys, look, we freaking nailed it. Check this out. It is right at the damn top. So yeah, that worked out good. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna attempt to push through the boot with this. I'm just gonna come in right here, because I think that's the best spot, honestly. Go. Should be pretty easy, but I don't know. If this thing will actually go through there or not. Gotta have some lube, right? There it is. It's gonna look ridiculous, but we're just gonna have to zip tie this hose right here. And that way, this thing doesn't flop around and move. We want this thing to stay pretty straight, so yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Now that I'm thinking about it, it may have been better to come in back here on the back side and have it shoot straight in, but either way, it's going to get all caught up in the supercharger and chopped up, so I don't see where it really matters. So we'll go for a drive later, and then we'll start tuning on the car. We'll see what Matt has to say about the IATs and things like that. See if this really cools the charge down, and decide how we're going to go about this, okay? Because at the moment, we don't really know. We don't know if we just want to use it as a safety measure. In other words, just kind of cool everything down, or if we want to try to make more power with this. I don't think that's probably a smart thing to do on the stock block, is to try to make any more power. But Anderson does advertise up to 90 horsepower gains that they've seen. We probably won't do that, but I'll feel a lot better having this as a backup at least. Essentially, this becomes your intercooler, okay? So if you guys want one of these, stop by Anderson Ford Motorsport. Check them out. They're pretty reasonable, and as you can see, super easy to install. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Stay tuned for the test drive, and we'll see if this makes any difference or not. And as always, thanks for watching.
Welcome to Anderson Ford TV. Today's product spotlight, we're going to show you the Mr. Freeze water methanol injection system by Anderson Ford Motorsport. This system is unique in the marketplace as it is mechanical, and it uses no electric pumps, relays, or additional wiring. The Mr. Freeze system is specifically designed for use with centrifugal supercharged or turbocharged gasoline applications. The system is activated by boost pressure and provides a linear increase in flow as the boost pressure rises. When the boost pressure decreases and vacuum is again present, the system shuts down. Due to the fact that there is no wiring, pumps, relays, or switches, installing the Mr. Freeze is quite simple. The main assembly can be mounted anywhere in or in front of the engine compartment, physically lower than the placement of the supercharger or turbocharger. You then only have two lines to hook up. one to a good vacuum or boost source, just like in hooking up a boost gauge, and the other is the feed line, which is installed into the inlet tube for the charger. That's it. It's just that simple. Now, retuning is required with the Mr. Freeze water methanol injection system, but once this has been done, AFM has seen as much as a 90 additional rear-wheel horsepower gain when using 93 octane pump gas and a 50-50 water methanol mix through the system. Mr. Freeze, simplistic, very effective, and perhaps the highest horsepower per dollar of any performance product on the market.